How you doing, Neil? Up here with the window at the. This is also yours. Commercials at the bottom inside right now. Well, there's a service really good. I've got an expert on board, we've got Sunny Tanner, and we've also got a legendary landlord who's been in the game for the last couple of years, Mr. Neil Patel. How are you doing, Neil?
Not bad, Sean. Thanks for coming down.
Yeah, man, it's amazing to see. Like, I love the smell of building works, bro. So we're at the first floor already. We are going to take a look downstairs, but I thought let's give you a little tour of this place. We're currently building 2-bedroom flats, is that correct?
Yeah, and 3 offices on the ground floor.
Ah, amazing. We're going to take you through what a flat looks like before it actually becomes a flat. You know, so we've got some partitions going on, some new stairways come in. So follow us, guys. Believe it or not, right now we're on a landing, and this is not part of the flat. This is the entrance to the flat that's going to be behind you and a flat that is to the rear. Once you are into the first flat, we walk here and we come across to the right, and this is one of the bedrooms.
This is what we call a compartmental wall. So essentially 2 lots of 4x2 wall. We'll then use acoustic insulation in between, an acoustic plasterboard, and then also a fire-resistant plasterboard on the outside. Now, to strengthen the compartmental wall, we also typically use plywood. On our builds we do.
How many mil is that plywood?
18 mil, followed by 2 lots of plasterboard at 12.5 mil each.
Is it any special type of plywood?
No, you can use OSB, we can use regular plywood, normal plywood, marine plywood, whatever you want.
Flat A is round the front.
Flat A over there and flat B in the back. Both of them are 2-bedroom flats. We've also managed to add a ground, well, I say ground, but the first floor benefits from a WC bathroom as well for guests.
And so flat A is split over 2 floors, right?
Flat A is split over 2 floors, correct.
And if you look behind you, then this is the rest of the flat behind. So in this space, we're going to be creating another bathroom, and another bedroom's going to be among this. I know you can't see it right now, but we will be back in this site and you'll be able to see all of the partitions that are going on. We've also got a light well just over here. You're probably thinking, why would you just slice a little bit of the building away just like that? But the council actually require this to bring in light from some of the windows because they have rooms that need light going into. So if you come follow me. This is going to be like a little cloakroom here, and believe it or not, this is going to be an open plan kitchen diner. We've got a big window. Yes, these are very, very high ceilings. Sunny, how big is the ceiling height?
I think we're over 3.5 meters in here.
Wow, how come so large?
Just these old Victorian properties, to be honest with you. They have a lot of depth to the rooms. Ceilings are all traditionally high. On this case here, Neil decided to retain that feature. I think it was a wise idea, to be fair. I think it gives the flat some character, as opposed to some of the new builds that are being built with low ceiling heights. So we decided to retain on this occasion.
It's a very expensive feel, isn't it? When you walk in and you see high ceilings, you know, yeah, that's an expensive apartment. I love this over here. Follow us, guys. We're going straight upstairs. So that's the kitchen diner to the second flat, and then you'll see the bedrooms right here. You're gonna love the architecture that we've got up here with these dormer windows that we got going up. We've got a bedroom here to the rear. This is gonna be a bathroom, and then we've got another bedroom. One thing I really love about this place, guys, look how big the windows are. How much light is that gonna let in? And that's why it's like worth having a builder like Sunny on board, you know? This guy knows. Like, what lessons have you learned on your journey about, you know, because windows do cost a lot of money too.
They do.
You know, the bigger they are, do they cost a lot more, or?
Yeah, I mean, naturally, the bigger they are, more challenges you have trying to install them. Obviously, cost is definitely up there, but I think the overall end product will speak for itself. Having the larger windows gives you a better elevation. They look nicer as well, let in more natural light. And at the end of the day, you're trying to provide a good quality quality of unit to your prospective tenants.
Absolutely. And you've actually thought of putting a desk in this corner as well.
Yeah, so this section here, it's a bit of a wasted room. Rather than close in and take away from the window, we decided we'll keep this here and then have some sort of an office area.
A lot of people are working from home.
The culture's massive, yeah.
And that's incorporated into your builds. Something quirky is, I love what you're doing with the roof. You're using different reusable sort of materials, something that's longer lasting, environmentally friendly. What are we doing?
Yeah, so it's our bit on sustainability. We're using PLX up here as opposed to just cladding it with a modern roof tile. I think that the finish is a lot nicer. Guarantee on the product is also a little bit more premium and it just looks nicer. Yeah.
And Neil, as a landlord, how do you feel? Like, what are the things going in your head? People go, I've got a site that's empty, that's not earning me money. I'm spending money on a builder. I have to deal with councils, regulations. What sort of mindset do you need to be when you're carrying out such a massive project like this?
You've got to just stick at it. There are challenges that you get hit with daily. You've got to understand that it's not against you. Everything seems like it goes against you, but you can't do this if your foundations aren't in a position where you can do it. Because building costs have gone exponentially high. I think people know that, but until it hits their pocket. They don't realise. Planning is different from borough to borough. So what you see on the news, that they're easing restrictions, people are making it easier to build, and it's not as easy as they're making it out to be. So as a landlord, as a family, we've been doing this for 30 years. We've seen that by developing and creating properties where they have a true use rather than building a flat. We want these to be homes. We'll never live in them. We're never going to sell them.
No.
So we want them to be used as best they can be. So it involves investment. But
and that perseverance you talk about, you actually had this in planning for about 5 years, you
5
said?
years this took me.
Wow.
COVID threw a bit of a spanner in the works, but like I was saying to you earlier, the building we developed 2 doors away in 2013, they weren't allowing that to be used as precedent for this. This is a like for like for what we've already built 2 doors down. Okay, this one's slightly higher end, but you just have to stick with it.
And ultimately, you are providing more living space for people to live in, and that's what the governments are asking for.
This is the thing. Young couples now that want somewhere to be affordable, practical, usable until they've got their deposit ready to buy their own property. That's our core market. Early, mid-30s, they want to set up home, but equally, they want to be an energy efficient property. That's a big thing in my books. We know everything by going back to brick is so that we can insulate everything. By creating better stud walls, we can insulate. By evolving better modern boilers, everything is designed to reduce costs for the guys that live in our properties, and we're lucky to have a lot of them. They are good people we deal with.
Absolutely. So this is setting you back how much?
I wouldn't know. I think we've got close to 50,000 in planning, structural engineers fees, planning consultants fees. We land on about 700, 725. If I decide to go over budget on higher end finishes, then so be it. But
amazing.
This is for a long term.
Definitely. Love this. Check out the architecture here, guys. You normally just see plasterboard and just a window at the end, but check these lines out. That's what you call a really, really good chippy. Brilliant project right here, bro. It's amazing.
Thank you.
So what you were telling me is this is also yours?
So this one, we just finished during COVID, so 2021, I think we finished building the office there.
Okay, cool. And so obviously this is the project that we're currently looking at.
Yeah.
And so this is the other extension that you did. And this is the president that you said you could not use for...
No. Yeah, so we built this one in 2013, which was very similar, back to brick, took down every single joist, chimney stack, but for some reason Bromley Council, they changed policy, and because of COVID they want to introduce outdoor space.
Yeah.
So when developers are building new build, you may see a lot of the new build now have balconies, and that's because they wanted to incorporate outdoor space for people that are living in communal settings. We had to redesign this one slightly to account for a bigger square footage to compensate for that. But challenges, but with a good team around you of architects and consultants, we got there.
Amazing. And that little bit of office space we were talking, or serviced sort of office sort of thing at the back, it's actually, you've got something similar here, isn't it?
I built this for me actually.
Yeah.
I built this for me because when, as a business, we couldn't find a high street presence that was affordable to us.
Yeah.
So we couldn't find anywhere that was under the rateable value, that wasn't amazing amount of money that could hinder our business. So we thought, let's build this and then I can relocate down here.
Yeah.
But then I had a little one and then the nursery came in. So
Yeah.
then I thought, well, I'm not going to be able to drive back and forward to here. So ended up being great space for a small business to come into, and we've always rented this out easily enough. It's affordable, it's new build, so it's energy efficient, and hopefully it's working out for the guys who are there.
Amazing.